Pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Gun. Here we go.
First down, Prescott. Escape. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Michael Bannon able to get him for a loss of about 3. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now Prescott steps away to his left, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Black, come on. Great 15.
Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Tight. Black, come on. 82. Here we go, check it out.
Wentz now on 1st down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field, because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in.
This is caught inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
81. Here, sit.
From the red zone now, Wentz being chased out left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well?
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Shelling through the defense. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here we go. All right, hey. Here we go. 46. 36.
A first down throw for Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Hustle.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shorty.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. Room here to run. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A first down carry by Elliott. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Here we go. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
We got three.
Prescott now. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go. Luini! Drag it! 36! Sunday!
From midfield, here's Wentz. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
You got 4. Run. There, sit.
Throwing is Wentz, and this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw is Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play here for Dallas. 58 yards. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First target, first catch, and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
You go 46.
Prescott from the gun, flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
There you go. Wide 80. 26.
Prescott to throw it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Black.
They go play action here on 1st down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Wentz looking very much like his pre-injury self. He's got the Eagles on the move with a 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, stat. Here, shift. Black. Black. 51, Mike, 51. Liz.
Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Hey, 4 down. Jack! Ram! Crunch! Here, shift! Listen!
He's going to get it running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Run. We got 4 down.
To throw, it's Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Sharks got it left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Run.
Now Wentz. Jeffrey breaking the tackle. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Run. Great 15.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now it's first and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Here we go. 26.
On second down, Prescott again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the shotgun, it's Prescott, eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, as the first half is winding down. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And they got the extra point, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So from the 36 now,
81,
first and 10.
Great 15.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
81.
To throw is Wentz. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Black.
A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Grade 15, grade 15. Tight end right. Watch tight. Tight end right. Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down. Grade 15, grade 15.
Play action. Now Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Here's a first down run with Collins. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Great. Hey, check.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
82.
Here's Wentz to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. First down for Philly. Wentz on target to Hollins. Now a give to Collins. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Black, come on.
Into the red zone. Wentz. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, he saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wentz to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Great 15, great 15.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the...
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Around the NFL third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And it's the Falcons that have just added to their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 38.
Don't go. 180. That's it. 82.
Now Wentz into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
There we go. 180. 180.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And this is caught inside the 5. That one goes for 36 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
There we go. Back man. 180. That's it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. It's over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Straight 15. Straight 15. Black, black. There, sit.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Black, black. There, sit.
Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
82, 82.
Again, it's Wentz. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Everybody, 480. Get out, get out.
Under 10, 10.
Awesome. 26.
Prescott on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. The 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
10 carry now for Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Get out. 26.
They'll run it now. They'll go. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
4 down.
Here we go. Slide in. Move.
Hey, watch the slant.
Here we go, 46.
They'll run it with Elliott. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. Tackle made by Brian Orakpo. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped, and they got it done on that play.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
They'll look to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Lefty, lefty. Hey, stat. 82, 82.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. We got 3.
Gray 15, Gray 15.
Check, go get him.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Collins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Single.
Black, come on. Here, sit.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
46.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. They'll run with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out come the Eagles. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Two jet. Please 5-7.
Wentz to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Tie it right.
Great.
3 down.
Shorty. Yes.
Wide motion.
Back to throw. Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down. And the clock will roll. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Cowboys, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.